So here we are on video 25, and I've got a bit more done since last time. I've got the futtocks done and completed on the main mast there, and I've got the dead eyes put onto the foremast, and the futtocks put on, but not the rat lines on them. In this video, what I want to do is, because a lot of it's repetitive, so I haven't done anything on the mizzen mast. There's no shrouds on there yet at all. But it's just repetitive. So what I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to put the shrouds onto the top mainmast on here. I'll put those on, and I want to also sew another sail up and set it and see how that comes out. So we'll get started on the main. Some more dead eyes, just enough left, and we're going to need the thread, which is the thin one for putting between the dead eyes, and for the shrouds themselves we need the thicker one, which is this one. When we come on to doing the blue nose, I've found a supplier of scale rope, so that's going to be done in that rather than just using basic thread. I think it'll look a lot better. Let's try moving the camera around this side. So just like before, we'll tie these off with the cross trees. There we go. Bind it off same as we did on the other ones. Oh yeah. Bit of super glue, stick it together, and then do the others the same. I'll come back and then we'll start binding them together. Right, so we've got the shrouds on, tied all those on, glued at the top, which you can't see. And then I've got my threads ready for lashing to the dead eyes. One end super glued, so I've got the needle bit, and just tie a double knot at the other end. And then we will start from the back. So take this one, go in the back, pull that through, just trim that off. Then we go through from the front and this one. And back through, and turn around. This is so much smaller than the ones at the bottom. Through the bottom one at the front. Come on, there we go. Back through the last one at the back. So I can get it into camera. I'm actually working at almost arm's length here as well, which doesn't make it any easier. I'm trying to work around the camera. Through the last one there. I'm going to have to set that in position with glue because it's pulling. And then we just tie it off around the top. I'm going to have to set that because it's spinning. I'll do that. There, so I just run a bit of super glue on the base. Lock it in position. And then I can tie this off around the top. So I'm getting to see the back of my hand again. Just make sure it's slid down. There we go. Drop of super glue. That's it. Trim that off. One done. There we go, so two more to do on this side and then start the other side. So I'm not going to bore you with watching me do all that. It's exactly the same as we did down below. Just get a nice bit of tension on it. And then I'll look at starting to stitch the sail, one of the sails. Okay. Right, so back on with the sails. I've cut them all out. Saves a bit of time. We'll load the wife's dressmaking scissors. And now we're just starting to fasten the edge of this one. So it's just same as before. Just going round and round. About 5mm gap between the stitches is what I leave. Does take some time. And the odd one like that going through the rope itself holds it in place better. So one's just gone through it. And just pull it down, pull it tight. And just work your way around, all the way around. So once I've done that, I'll come back again and I'll show you how to stain it down and stretch it. Okay. Okay, so got it stitched all the way around like that. Where they join, just a little bit of super glue. You can use PVA if you want. And then 4 strings on each corner like we did before. And then tea, strong tea. I didn't tell you last time, but I put a bit of coffee in it as well. Just a little bit of the dregs out of the coffee machine. Only a little bit, just to darken it a little bit more. I think this is still hot as well. So in it goes. Yes, it's hot. Trying to make a mess like I did last time. Trying to have a soak for a minute. If you didn't see it, that's how the last one came out. Looks alright. Nicely stretched in the corners. So we'll do that with this one. Just hope the box is big enough. I think it is. I've got the box here. Bring that in a minute. Okay. So we'll try and wring this out. It's hot. All the folds that were in it from in the box, the delivery box, they'll all be gone once you do this. There we go. So move that out of the way. And bring the box in. So if you didn't see this last time, I've got a box bigger than the sail obviously, and I've got a food bag full of water, or part full of water. I used to get goldfish from the fair. Pin in each corner like this to hold it, and then what we do is that's the coffee there that's put a mark in, but it just makes it look aged. It doesn't do any harm. Don't have any marks. So we've got a spray starch, so we can set it. It's quite fierce, this stuff. Came out really fast last time, which I assume it will this time. So give it a good spray. It will soak through, but I'll do both sides. It's all or nothing. There we go. That'll do it. Scrunch it up a bit, even it out a bit. And there we go. Right, and then to fasten it to the box, these pins. You just wrap it around and round and round. It'll hold itself. And that. That. I'll use the edge of the box there this time just to hold it out of it. A bit of bigger sail. I need to get a bigger box for the other sails because this isn't big enough. Do the same with that one. There we go. Okay, sure you get the right way around. And again, take it off the bottom seal. You might leave an imprint, it might not. And just gently place it in the centre of the sail like that. You can see it's got a good shape, pulling on the corners. And that should be a decent shape when it sets. There we go. That really stinks, this starch. So just leave that to dry. I'm going to put it out in the sun. It should dry fairly quickly. And then we'll see what it looks like. Right, as if by magic, it's dry. It was pretty quick actually. It is Monday, hottest day of the year so far, so it feels dry. We'll take the bag off. And unwind the strings. Feels quite firm. Should be alright. Ow. Caught a pin again. Oh yeah. Perfect. That looks pretty good to me. Stained, looks old. Corners nicely creased. Yeah, it's good. Happy with that. That's two done. They're far more realistic than just tying them on as they are. Like that. So it starts off. Just a plain cloth. Takes a bit of work. The stitching's the longest bit. Going around the edges. But once that's done, looks aged. And if you don't want this staining on it, don't put the coffee in. That's what's done that. But I think it looks quite good. Yeah. Very happy with those. Okay. So back to finishing the mainmast top shrouds. And the last one just to do. Just so I'd include this last one. And put some super glue on here because it's twisting and pulling through a little bit. You can just glue these. What I found is if you pull them too tight, it's pulling up on the shrouds below, pulling them out of shape. It's still not glued properly, but it'll hold. And these top ones are so fiddly. They're a lot smaller than the dead eyes on the bottom shrouds. The holes are the same size, but the pieces themselves are so small. So that is the last one on the main. Not quite as good as I wanted it. Nevertheless, it's done. So I've done a bit more since the last bit of the video. So let's have a look. Let's trim that off. Yeah, not lining up right. Tried gluing it. A bit better. Not very even. Not happy with that really. But anyway, that's it for this week. I've got the shrouds on the mizzen. Very happy with those. They're okay. And the shrouds on the main topmast. Schoolboy error there. If anybody can spot it, 10 points. If not, I'm not saying anything. So it's coming on. More rigging, rigging and rigging. But at least it's coming on. Looks good now, the mizzen's good. I didn't know rat lines on there yet, obviously. And I haven't got them on the topmast. They won't take too long to put on. And I've just got the shrouds to do on the top foremast, which I'll do before I come back next time. Okay, see you in a couple of weeks.